I'm Ingrid Spence. I teach here in Moscow. I have 2 public education schooled children. And I'm standing here today with rather mixed emotions. Before I start that, I want to thank the Senators Andreessen, Malapai, and Lefevre for bucking the trend and voting against these bills and trying to stop this in the House Ed Committee. We wish we had more like you down there. Today, I stand here with mixed emotions. I'm angry that someone with no experience in education is telling me how to do my job and attacking the work that my colleagues and I do every day. I'm angry that Mr. Luna has introduced bills that put his business friends and their profits first, not students. I'm angry that our superintendent of public instruction is criticizing the very same public servants that his office should be supporting and proposing bills that devalue our work, gut the budget, and short-sightedly expect computers to take the place of caring teachers. I'm frustrated and disappointed in our legislature, the majority of whose members on the Senate Education Committee listened to stakeholders from around the state for 3 days and then voted to ignore their concerns and pass these bills onto the Senate floor. Right. I'm frustrated with the partisan politics and cronyism that pervades state politics where, despite a need for finding new revenues, closing tax loopholes, and raising taxes to fund education and health care properly, the majority of our legislators are turning a deaf ear to the public. Senator Getty says, that's just not going to happen. Why not, Mr. Getty? Why not? Don't the students come first? As for my mixed emotions, I'm not just angry, frustrated, and disappointed. I'm also frightened by the mean-spirited attacks on collective bargaining and the negotiation process. These attacks are not just happening in Idaho, but are systematically spreading across the country. When did educators who negotiate for such working conditions as time for planning, class size, public complaint procedures, and safety issues, when did we become the enemy? When did unions? Unions brought the working populace such radical things as child labor laws and the concept of the weekend. And 40-hour weeks. Mr. Luna apparently believes that negotiation is unfair, that compromise is too much of a privilege. Mr. Luna thinks that teachers who end the year in June should not plan to have a job in September. That is too much of a privilege. Allowing the districts the ability to plan for adequate classroom staffing from year to year is too much of a privilege. This bill, 1108, not only limits due process for teachers who could now be fired for no reason, it limits local districts' ability to plan what is best for their schools. Mr. Luna does not know what is right for our community. By eliminating continuing contracts, what educator would feel secure enough to move here, to put a down payment on a house, to buy a car? These things affect our community and the economy of our state. We must continue to stand strong for what is right. We must continue to write and call our legislators to demand that our elected officials do what they were elected to do, to represent the people of this state and what is best for them. Policy that puts our students' education and the rights of the working middle class in jeopardy and instead funnels money to Mr. Luna's business friends is not democracy in action. It's corruption and it's a crime.